Alright. Well, I don't know if this is going to show everything. Let's see. Okay. Alright. I don't know why it's so dark down here. Hell, I got it lit. Anyways, I'm making this video just to make a point, okay? I want to make a point, and I only want people commenting who are in Wing Chun, doing Wing Chun. I don't care what lineage you do. I only want people commenting and getting my points who actually study Wing Chun Kung Fu. Now, if you study another Kung Fu system, I'm not talking to you. This is only solely about Wing Chun, okay? I want to know, I'm going to ask a few questions. This is called common sense. Why is it that when we see videos of someone getting into Yiji Kim Yong Ma and they're leaning forward, I don't know if the camera can see me, they're leaning forward instead of sitting up. They're leaning forward and they're punching. Why is it that we can pinpoint and say, you're not supposed to do that? But yet when we see somebody in MMA who claims to be using Wing Chun and we see all this stuff, why is it that when somebody says this is not Wing Chun, the person that made that comment gets flamed? Why? I know why. Why is it that when we see that idiot Jake Mace using the wooden dummy and doing shit where he goes, this is a tan, coming in from the side when that's not a tan, it's to come in, it's to disperse, it's not to go out and in, it's not to do this stuff, it's not karate, okay, it's none of that. Why is it that when we see Jake Mace doing that, that's a tan, we say, no, that's not a tan. No, this is a tan. It's coming straight in. It's coming straight in and dispersing. Why is it that we can say to Jake Mace and all these other idiots that don't know how to do the tan, this is their tan, why is it we can say, no, this is how you tan? Now, it doesn't matter how you're moving around. You could be moving around. It doesn't matter how you move around. You can have your elbow a little bit here and there. You can do high, low. I've even seen people do tans here because they're trying to block, they're stepping in and blocking a huge haymaker coming around at them. Not a hook, a haymaker. There's a difference. And they're here. Even though their arms just barely bent and almost straightened, it's still applying Wing Chun application. Why is it that we can see Jake Mace doing this stuff? This is a tan. This is a tan. And we're like, no, this is a tan. But yet, when we see an MMA fighter under the flag of Wing Chun, and we see this shit, why is it that when somebody says, no, that's not Wing Chun, man? Everybody flames that guy. Why? I know why. Do you? Why is it that when we see somebody down, they're kicking, and they're shooting in, and we say, oh, you don't always have to do a chain punch. That's true. But this is called the sun fist. Why is it that we were taught in Wing Chun not to be doing other types of moves? Now, yes, we have hooks, and we also have principles that if my hand's out here and somebody slaps my hand away, that if your head is here, from point A to point B, the fastest way is, okay? So in this case, this would be Wing Chun. Why is it we can say that's Wing Chun? But when we see people doing this shit right here, or this, we say that's not Wing Chun. But yet, when you see an MMA fighter doing this shit, as soon as somebody says that's not Wing Chun, person gets called out. I know why. Do you know why? So here's what it breaks down to. I'm not asking you to look at the principles and the theories of Wing Chun that says this is better than this. Such as, from here, my elbows are out, and I want to just throw a jab. We understand that doing the sun fist from here is better and faster, and you're putting more body weight in it. We understand the physics of it, because from here, I can step with my hip, turn my hip, and then putting in 10 to 20% of my body weight. But from back here, I'm putting all my damn body weight. Okay? Why is it that you can understand Wing Chun theory and principle, and you can say one is better than the other? And yes, there's different variations. Yes, there's different ways to do this. I'm not saying there's only one way to do it. I'm talking about the physics, the application. Why is it that most of you know what Wing Chun says is better than another thing, such as the kick? We throw our kick straight up. We do not do this shit where you see my knee and then we kick. We do not do that. We try to quickly throw our foot up. See, the camera didn't even hardly catch that. Camera didn't catch that. Right here. Camera didn't catch it. I am not doing... That's not what I'm doing. So why is it that you've got people in Wing Chun who are training here and they're doing all this shit in training and they're looking good? Oh, you're looking good. And then you get in the ring and you're doing this shit. Why? I know why. I'll tell you right now. We got a bunch of Joe Rogan fanboys. We got a bunch of people who have literally sucked down Joe Rogan and listened to his BS, his propaganda against other martial arts and especially Wing Chun Kung Fu. And you are afraid to do your Wing Chun in that ring. That's what's going on. Shame. Now, the second form teaches you repositions, how to recover. Why the hell do you learn a second form of recovering? Do you know what recovering is? It's when you're knocked off and you're not doing Wing Chun at that point in time and you recover by doing Wing Chun. Why is it that you have a second form? If suddenly your Wing Chun is doing this shit, huh? The fuck is that? Number one, it's wasted stamina. I don't care if somebody can run 9 miles and not even be out of breath and do 1,700 jumping jacks and not run out of breath. If that fighter's in the ring, they need to plant and wait for that fucking idiot to get close to them. They don't need to be jumping around doing all this shit. Footwork comes in handy. I'm not bashing footwork. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about you are wasting stamina. And that's one of the first lessons I learned when I was in jiu-jitsu competition. Don't waste your stamina. If you want to look at the best jiu-jitsu competition, I'm not talking judo, I'm talking jiu-jitsu. Look at the best competitors out there. They do not get up there and do all this shit for 15, 20 minutes. Yes, boxing and yes, MMA are based on rounds, referees, rules, so you do have a small break and all that stuff, but it's still the same principle applies. If you're going to fight 2 or 3 guys, you don't know how many punches it's going to take to knock them out. That's what Wing Chun is for. I'm not asking you to pay attention to the applications and theories of Wing Chun. I'm asking you to pay attention to what Wing Chun says do not do. Or what Wing Chun says, this is better than this. Pay attention to that. Why is it that we got this whole genre of MMA fighting, which is solely based on giving a huge boon to grapplers? It's an octagon. You can't get cornered. It's not a boxing ring. Boxing ring, you get cornered and you're screwed. You can't get cornered. You can't get cornered in MMA. You can get smashed because you're being grappled. But you still got to weigh around and out because it's an octagon. I'm just getting so sick of this stuff. So this is my rant. You got a bunch of fanboys of Joe Rogan who, for whatever reason, they know Wing Chun, they train Wing Chun, they train their Wing Chun fighters. Hell, they even train their kids and their family in Wing Chun. But when they get into the ring, they're doing this shit. That ain't fucking Wing Chun, man. Stop your shit. How is it that you can tell? If so, you know right now I've made good valid points on here. If you saw some dude that comes out of nowhere that claims to have great lineage and certificates of teaching and his master is so-and-so and so, and he gets a spotlight on him and he says, I'm going to do a demonstration of Wing Chun. And he starts doing this shit. You know, you pointed out, that's not Wing Chun. Why is it that you can say that he is not Wing Chun, but yet you see these fools in this MMA using jiu-jitsu, karate, aikido, other mixes of martial arts, Krav Maga? That's fine. I'm not bashing that. But why is it you see that and then you say, oh, that's Wing Chun? Why? I know why. Because you're shamed. You're shamed. You're shamed. If I can show you videos of people using real Wing Chun, dynamics, theory, principles in a ring, and then I show you your fighters or you, it's not doing it. You can't say it doesn't work in MMA. because you're sucking off Joe Rogan. You can't sit there and say Joe Rogan has a point. He doesn't have a fucking point. What you're basically saying is you don't believe Wing Chun works. So why are you in it? Like I said, second form, people. Second form is all about recovery. I mean, it takes years to learn that. I'm still learning it. But hell, I get it. It's recovery. Recovery. And yet, some of you people have been doing it 10, 15 years. You don't even got it. That's sad, man. That's sad. So sad.